What is up, boys? Today I'm gonna show you how you can full port news like CPI and PPI to pass your funded accounts in under 10 seconds in one trading day, and also how you can full port your qualified XFAs or qualified accounts in order to get out of drawdown or maybe even get a payout. But I need to tell you, boys, this is very risky, and you literally risk your whole account to be blown on something like this. But yeah, there are a lot of people that show different methods. I'm just gonna show mine that works for me. And I also did full port the last CPI, and let me show you how it went. So this was the trade that I took, last CPI, and I passed my accounts.
Feeling like my old self again. Renewed, recharged,
Boom, I'm up 5k, bro.
refocused. With nothing to stop me.
It's as simple as that. I made 3.6k, basically would have passed an account, but I was already in drawdown, so I full ported another trade and just passed the account. But yeah, look, I want to show you how close I was to being stopped out. Look at this. Look right here. Look closely. 2, 3, 4 points, and I would have been stopped out. And I can show you how to prevent that and actually pass those accounts. The only firm that this works with is Alpha Futures. I don't know, maybe there are some other accounts or firms that this works with, but I only tried Alpha Futures, and that's why I'm gonna suggest you. And you need to get an Alpha Future 0 account. So, why is this work only with 0 accounts? Top step needs you to have 2 winning days in order to pass the account. So they have a consistency rule, so you can't pass in one day. But the standard plan on Alpha does not work, and the advanced plan does not work, because you can see minimum trading days, 2 days, 2 days, 2 days right here. 0 plans, 1 day, 1 day. Also, no consistency rule, and you can hold through news. That's what I'm using for every single CPI. And also, if you're watching this right now from 24th to 30th of November, you can get 25% off with my code or any other influencer's code that you want to support. And if you use my code, you automatically enter a giveaway where I give away 2 Alpha Zeros accounts that you can full port in December. But if you're watching past this time, you can still get 10% off with the code. So let's say you bought the account, boom, this is how it looks like. Alpha ticks, maybe use TraderWeight and connect it to TradingView, but it's kind of the same. I would suggest you to get an account with AlphaTix platform because there are some settings that might help you. The very first thing that you want to do is go to the settings. Then you can, first of all, of course, copy trade your accounts, but risk settings, guys, this is the most important one. First of all, you got a daily loss limit on Alpha. So if something goes wrong, something doesn't go right, you don't automatically blow the account, you only lose 1k and then you're automatically liquidated. But you need to set your personal daily profit target at $3,100 if your account is completely fresh. You need 3,000 to pass, so you set a little bit more, like a little buffer, $3,100, and make sure PDPT action liquidate and then save it, okay? Some people show you to put it 60 ticks under the low, 60 ticks above, or at the liquidity level. No, I'm not doing this. It's so simple, guys. Let's say this is how price looks like at around 820, okay? And at 8:29 and 30 seconds, like half a minute before CPI comes out, you are going to grab this tool right here. Boom, you can find it here. It is called price range. You are going to grab this tool, and then you are going to click on the price where we are currently at 8:29 and 30 seconds. Let's say right here. And then you are gonna go down 34 points for an eval. Let's make this clear. 34 points for an eval below, and then you're gonna mark out 34 points above, around that level. It doesn't need to be exactly 34, but I would suggest you to do 34, 35, somewhere in between 32 and 35. 34 is the sweet spot. This is for an evaluation. But if you wanted to do it with your qualified accounts or XFAs, make sure your account does not have a consistency rule, and make sure you can hold through news. If you do it for the XFA, I would suggest you to go with 40 points, just because it's a little bit safer and you don't want to risk a lot on your XFAs. Another thing, guys, please do me the favor and don't do this on the micro contract. Always make sure you're on the right nasdaq mini contract, because the micro contract, M and Q, manipulates more and has a bigger wick, so the chances are so much higher that you are gonna get stopped out with your 34-point buffer. I know a lot of people that entered last CPI with 42 points buffer, and they still got stopped out because they entered on MNQ and not NQ. I entered on NQ with a 32 to 34 point buffer, and as you guys saw, 1 or 2 points before I got stopped out, I hit TP. So if your chart looks like this before CPI comes out, you are gonna right click and you're gonna select stop buy and stop sell. For 50k Alpha Zero evaluation accounts, you can use the maximum amount of contracts of 3 minis. And for 150ks or 100ks, I think it's 5 minis. Right now, I'm on XFA, so I can only show that to you with one contract, but you are going to select the maximum amount, which is for 50ks. Like I already told you, 3 minis. Make sure you're on nasdaq, not micro nasdaq. And on 100ks, it's 5 contracts. And 34 points above the price, you are going to place your stop buy, and 34 points below, you are going to press the stop sell. Make sure it's stop sell and stop buy, okay? And then, bro, you're just gonna wait. You're just simply gonna wait. Let me remove this. I'm gonna mark it out just so you guys see that. I'm afraid that I'm gonna get stopped out now or filled in the price. So let's say this is where your stop sells and buys are, okay? And then what do short-tail renews do? Usually it looks kind of like this. We open, get a fat wick down, and then a tiny wick up. That is for CPI and PPI because they don't manipulate so much to the upside or the downside. They only like to move in one direction. If you get filled in buys, it's gonna keep pumping to the upside and you're gonna make a lot of money. You don't need to close it manually. You don't need to do anything. Your PDPT, personal daily profit target, will automatically liquidate you at $3,100. So you automatically pass the accounts. And if it fills you in the shorts, it will also follow through. Most likely, it's not 100%. It's like 80% win rate. You will also pass your accounts. But make sure when CPI comes out, make sure to delete the other side. So let's say, boom, boom, I'm waiting, and then out of nowhere, pew, CPI comes out. You wait until you get filled and you hear the order fill sound. Wait, let me make it red. And then it just turns around, boom, and it fills you for short. It keeps dumping. And then at this point, you're gonna go and delete your stop buys. Boom, at this point, you're gonna get automatically liquidated. If something goes wrong and you see $5,000 profit, P&L, $4,000 P&L, and you are not gonna get liquidated, just close it. Personal flatten all and just get out of the position and you're most likely gonna pass the accounts. And basically that's it. As simple as that. You're gonna just mark out some buffers, you're gonna set some limits, and then you just wait, remove one limit, and your personal daily profit target will do everything for you. It's gonna liquidate you and pass your accounts. Basically, something goes wrong, you're just gonna close it manually, but it should work just fine. If you want to try it out, just do it on your own risk. I just showed you how I do it, and if you want to copy that method, try it out. I don't guarantee you, but I can tell you it works. Bye bye.